Hi everyone, this is Dr. Stefan. In this video, just a bit of encouragement for those of you who are trying to quit smoking. Well, no, I think I've already lost a lot of people who clicked on this video, but I got this comment. Someone just said, I'm on day 1 of quitting smoking, but I'm not counting it since I'm using patches. So this was a video that I've made before about how to quit smoking. And I think you should count it. Yeah, I think any day that you manage to stay off the cigarettes, I think is a good day. I think you've done really well. Honestly, it's one of the most difficult things to quit. And I'm just saying this as someone who has seen patients struggle with quitting smoking despite having very, very severe respiratory conditions, and they still cannot quit. I can tell you one of the worst things that I've seen in my life was someone who had the tracheostomy. I honestly remember this, and this might be shocking for some of you that this could be possible, but it happens. There was a person with a tracheostomy tube. So this is basically a little hole that's in the trachea, this tube that carries air down into the lungs. And that was probably put in for a very good reason, as in maybe that person had a cancer or something else in the throat, something that blocked the tube. So they needed to have an air hole here. And they were putting a cigarette to the air hole and smoking through the hole. I've seen that. It was shocking, but it goes to show how deep this addiction can be. And I'm just saying, if you manage to not smoke for even a day, I think it's a great thing. And using patches, using nicotine lozenges, using nicotine gum inhalators, or whatever you want to use, nicotine replacement, or if you're using, I don't know, Champix or some other medication that's allowing you to reduce the cravings, it's a day in which you're inhaling fewer of these particles that come from the cigarettes and giving your lungs and your airways a chance to recover. So the natural mechanisms that protect your airways are actually recovering every single day that you stay off the cigarettes. So I just wanted to give you that as a little bit of encouragement, to tell you that you can do it, but it's going to be the hardest thing you ever do. Because beating addiction is very difficult, and nicotine is super addictive. But the main danger with nicotine isn't the nicotine itself, it's everything else that you draw in when you smoke that cigarette. It's all the particles that come in, all the particles that deposit in the airways, irritate the airways, and so on. So if you're on the patches, if you're on lozenges, if you're trying to quit smoking with aids that replace the nicotine in the cigarettes with a different style of nicotine that's pharmacologically pure, and you're not getting all the other things, all the nasty stuff that you inhale through the cigarettes, I think that's a good day. And you may need a long time to do it. You may need to use the patches for a very long time. That's fine. As long as you don't start smoking again, that's okay. Even if it takes you a very, very long time, and you may need to be on the patches for a very long time. And look, even if at some point you will end up relapsing, some people do, it can happen, especially in social settings. You like your cigarette, that's fine. I don't completely understand that. There is a pleasure in that. Just go back to where you were and just keep going, keep trying to quit. And eventually I think you can do it. It's just a matter of changing habits. And that's the difficulty with this type of addiction with cigarettes, because it's a physical addiction in one sense from the nicotine. It's a psychological addiction because it calms you down. And it's a social addiction as well, because a lot of people will be smoking around you. A lot of your friends might still do it. So they might look at you funny if you're trying to quit. So there's a lot of things that play into nicotine addiction. There's a lot of marketing out there. And it's funny, if you look online now, the companies that are producing the cigarettes have kind of clocked to the fact that, okay, this is causing health problems. So let's swap to different styles of nicotine delivery systems. And I think the tobacco companies are actually not in the tobacco industry. They're in the nicotine delivery business. So lots of ways to do that, unfortunately. Some of them more noxious than others, but I think it's a matter of doing what's right for you. And I think if you're choosing to quit, I think it's a good step to beating a very strong addiction. And I think if you can do that, you can do anything else in life. So all the best, good luck, good health. Thanks for watching.